Estate planning. Oh, it's so easy to put it off until closer to retirement, but we all know, hey, life happens. So being prepared, it is important. Estate planning attorneys Tim Hall and Wes Hunsaker of Morris Hall, they are here to help you. Both of you have written several books about estate planning. You know a lot about this. You know a lot about those procrastinators who put it off. First off, tell us about your firm.
We're an estate planning law firm. This is all we've done for the last 25 years. Currently, we have 9 attorneys. We have written or reviewed approximately 90,000 estate plans. The main thing about us, we belong to the American Academy of Estate Planning Attorneys. Currently, there are about 150 firms throughout the United States. There are 4 that are authorized for Arizona. Fortunately, we're one of those. We use the Academy systems and documents. But
right.
This is what we do.
Well, congratulations on that. Wes, why does someone need an estate planning attorney?
Susan, that's a great question. It's one we get a lot. And if you think about when an estate plan comes into effect, you've either passed away or you've become incapacitated. And you have to think about, in that situation, who's going to be there for your spouse, if you're married, for your family, for your beneficiaries. And so it's really kind of a rule of thumb to think about and say, if you have a family, you have a reason. If you have assets, you have a reason.
Right, and so many people, and I know you hear this, we wait too long, you know,
Right.
and you're upset and all those emotions come into play. So we hear a lot about trust, Tim. Are all trusts the same, and why do we need a trust?
Well, typically, if you have over $150,000 to $200,000, if you have a retirement asset, if you have minor beneficiaries, if you have a business interest, if you have anybody for whom you're particularly concerned, and if you want to protect that against creditors, ex-spouses, spend down for long-term care in the government, you probably need a trust. No, they're not all the same. There are great varieties of trust, and some have some provisions, some don't have those provisions. That's why we belong to the American Academy of Estate Planning Attorneys. We're looking to protect against taxes, against immaturity of beneficiaries, against government intrusion, against creditors. We just want people to be fully protected.
Yeah, we get so many people moving into Arizona each and every day, and with Arizona being a community property state, are there benefits to filing here?
Absolutely. You know, Arizona is a wonderful place to live. It's a wonderful place to retire. And because of that, we get people moving here from many other states around the country. And Arizona is one of only 9 states that is a community property state. And that is a huge benefit for estate planning purposes. So when one spouse passes away, you get a real benefit from a step up in basis for capital gains tax. It's a huge, huge benefit, and then an additional step up in basis for your beneficiaries. Huge tax savings.
Right, so we need to know that, and that's what you guys, of course, are experts in. So when do we need a trust?
Typically, again, if you have any assets that you're concerned about, if you want to avoid conservatorship and guardianship, spending everything down if you want to go into a nursing home, if you wanted to give it to the people you choose and have it be protected for them, the trust is really the only vehicle by which you can do all of those.
And so what are IRA protections? We hear about that as well.
So historically, IRAs are protected. If someone was to get in a car accident or claim bankruptcy, their IRA is protected. Unfortunately, a few years ago, there was a United States Supreme Court case that changed that distinction for an inherited IRA. And so it's important now, especially depending on what state your beneficiaries live in, to make sure that you plan properly and don't just assume that it's going to be protected, but make sure you plan properly in your estate plan to protect those retirement assets.
So what are some of the common mistakes people make when it comes to estate planning?
A lot of times people create a trust and they don't keep it updated. They don't make sure all their assets are in the trust, or if they've acquired other assets, they're not in the trust, which could trigger a probate when they pass away. The biggest mistake probably is not keeping it updated with the changes in the law. In the last several years, there have been some very significant changes. Interestingly enough, most of them are very favorable, and there's more protection available now than there has been before. But most people think, I have a trust, I'm in good shape, and they don't keep it updated, they don't review it.
So at what age should we start looking into getting an estate planning attorney, now or retirement?
Absolutely now. Each family, each individual, it depends on the situation. If you have minor children, it could be very important. If something were to happen to both parents, are those children going to be protected? If you have a business, but definitely, especially as you get older, you want to make sure that things are taken care of, because unfortunately, we never know when that event's going to occur.
This is the business, right? This is the
right.
business of life that we have to take care of before emotions set in. Gentlemen, thank you. Great information. We want to give you a special offer this morning. You can receive a free consultation with a Morris Hall attorney to discuss estate planning options. They have Valley and statewide offices in Phoenix, Mesa, Carefree, Arrowhead, Scottsdale, and Northern Arizona. Call 602-249-1328 or visit the website morristrust.com.